Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Xenonauts. One second, let me get my timer going and find the damn app. There we go. Okay, so I did go ahead and rename that one individual that met the requirements over here. So we have now Private Billy Bob Joe, 32, American, Army Special Forces, 0 combat experience. Sure, whatever you say, game. Pretty good accuracy for a new recruit, and decent strength as well. Admittedly, of course, Jackal armor, while it is not the heaviest armor in the game, it is still sort of heavy. So he is currently taking a penalty to time units as a result of being over his carry weight of 26 kilograms. But, you know, after a couple of missions, that'll all go away. Oh, oh yes. Last part, we just told that base to get started. We haven't actually done anything with it yet. So, let's go ahead. It is currently December 1979, and we just had a whole bunch of things pop up in front of us. Now, yes, these guys are all too far away for us to go ahead and bring the Cuba base over. Billy Bob Joe's not going out on this mission because none of our guys are currently wounded. Sadly, last part, I believe it was, we did lose a handful of our actually good recruits as a result of, well, you know, Ivan not doing his job and probably overwatching. We do currently have Billy Bob Joe kitted out as an assault, or not an assault, excuse me, a rifleman. So if one of our riflemen gets wounded or something, we'll go ahead and move him in for the next operation, which I fully expect somebody to get wounded on these missions. It's very rare that you have 0, you know, injuries. You know, casualties in general is probably the best way to describe it, whether that be dead or just wounded. Either way, it's very rare that you just don't have any of that occur. Now, this is a night mission, of course, which means our vision is pretty severely cut. Jesus Christ, your aim is fucking atrocious. Oh my god, does nobody have decent accuracy? You need to move up just a little bit. God, that is such bad accuracy. Nope, that got intercepted. You know what? I'm actually just gonna go ahead and, I don't normally do this, but we're actually gonna restart this mission. Was that the right one? Yes, I think that is the right one. Because I don't know what the fuck happened there. The accuracy on this thing was just complete garbage. Okay, we got the machine, or the android dudes. God damn. What the fuck is with your accuracy? I understand it's night, and you know, you struggle with night, but Jesus. Even then, that is atrocious accuracy. Fuck it, whatever. You know, I kind of hope that they would do a little bit better this time, but they're not going to. They're gonna just be complete and utter garbage. Again, I realize it's night, and they struggle with night, but god damn is it terrible. There we go. And again, these guys are not in the right order, despite I'm pretty sure I set them up properly. Like, I'm pretty sure I removed them all and added them back in so that they would theoretically be in the correct numbering, but they're not. Apparently they're not. Okay, there's somebody in this little whatever. And there is one of those drones over here somewhere. And we just lost all of our ability to fire. Now, annoyingly, these guys, there's not much I can do to stop them. There just really isn't. I think that's a little too far away to do anything. Yeah, that's not going to do anything to him. There we go. Oh, that was a different one, actually. There we go. Okay, that's clear. Okay. Now this is technically the corner, but clearly the game had no problem spawning people in the corner that we would be starting in, so I gotta, you know, actually check this shit, unlike what I would normally do, where it can more or less be ignored. Okay, that damn drone is pissing me off. Okay, game sort of froze there, which kind of freaked me out because it made me think I was about to get reaction fired from the corner. Okay, there is a farmer with a shotgun who did nothing to help us. Okay, I think that this is probably clear now. I can have the rest of these guys just, you know, double check this one little building, but I'm pretty sure this area can be considered clear. Yep. I'm not going to actually go and check the corner. This is probably the better place for you to take cover. Okay, you head over here. We did hear what sounded like one of the android guys walking through a fence or something. Yeah, I mean, we can hear the sounds of them walking through and destroying parts of the terrain. Well, there's the UFO. And yeah, I can't get through there. Which is not exactly fun, because I don't really want to send infantry around a blind corner like that. I think this building, this area may be clear as well, actually. Yeah, it's not seeming particularly likely that this area has any enemies. Now, sadly, it looks like the front is basically all on fire on this approach, so we're gonna have to go through and clear down the street and find a different way in. Which is not exactly something I consider fun. Let's go ahead and get these guys back down here. It's not the path I would have chosen. I realize why you did, and I should have realized you were going to take a stupid path like that, but I was kind of hopeful that you wouldn't. Jesus, it's all on fire there. Oh, that's going to make this a very fun approach. That is just completely on fire. Okay, this is actually a dead end. I assume that the guy we heard walking probably made it to the UFO already. That was him sort of falling back. Hell, that might even be him standing right in the doorway. Because this is the edge of the map. Well, rather, this is the, you know, bottom corner of the map. Yep, this is going to be a very fun approach. And sadly, you don't seem to be reaction firing at all. You know, it'd be one thing if I could reasonably approach from this direction. Actually, now that the fire seems to be burning out, I might actually be able to. So change of plans. We're actually going to bring one of these groups back. And have them approach from that side. And probably have them clear the door. And then this group will approach. Because this all seems to be burning down and the fire is going out. Which means it's actually possible to approach from there. Oh, okay, there's two there, but one has now backed off and the other one has moved up to take his place. Okay, that works for me, I guess. With the way this is, he presumably walked into this central room. He's presumably not in the hall anymore. Which means, in theory, this should be clear. You know, in theory. I could be way off and we're about to lose a whole bunch of guys. Okay. Well, the hunter's gonna be brought back. So it doesn't get destroyed. Oh shit, you were suppressed. Change of plans. There we go. Are you bleeding? No. And it actually didn't hurt nearly as bad as it could have. Sadly, though, this does destroy the little bit of cover that I would normally have here. God, this is such a bad layout, it really is. There is somebody there, and I did not realize there was a breach there, but apparently there is. God, I wish there was something I could do to get rid of him. But I don't think there is. Is this really another breach here? I mean, I could literally blow up the reactor there. That is a little power thing. I don't think it's the reactor, but it is a power thing. No, don't do it. Just... all of you watch there, try, for the love of God, to reaction fire. Like that. Great job, Irina. Was that him that opened the door? Really? Sure, game. Whatever you say, I guess. Okay, there is another dude in here somewhere. Well, either in here, he might be down in this corner. Oh, this sucks for you, Sophie. And you're also out of ammo, actually. Oh, I forgot to tell you to make your way back to the... Continue making your way back. Okay, there's another dude in here, it seems. There he is. Can you... Wonderful. So, Natalie took a little bit of damage. She'll be out for 3 days. Sophie got the Order of Merit. Irene has been promoted to Captain. Natalie was also promoted to Corporal. No surviving civilians, which is not a surprise. We had an absolutely terrible drop point. But there was a local force that survived. The one dude with the shotgun who was hiding in a corner and did not help us at all. I mean, it's not his job to help us, but it would have been appreciated. Take care of that. I'm actually going to go ahead and airstrike that. This is not really practical for us to go for it. And by the time it might be practical for us to go for it, it might be already gone anyway, so... Electrical interference. Come on, damn it, so close. This is why we need to get the Indochina base up. Okay, this guy... I think this is the one from down here. Yes, because this is UFO 55, so this is the dude who went down, strafed an oil rig, and then apparently decided to head all the way to South America. Yeah, don't bother tailing it overland, I don't care about that, just... get rid of it. Apparently relations with Europe are poor, which I'm a little surprised by, to be honest. Same with North America. Australia I can perfectly understand, same with Indochina, but really, Europe, I have pretty decent coverage of you. I don't think I've run into any real issues, but apparently relations are poor with you. I find that a little strange. So, alien electronics. Recovered examples of alien electronics provide a fascinating window into the future, allowing us to study countless innovations the extraterrestrials use to reduce electronic noise, recreating existing circuitry with alien materials whilst integrating a few of the simpler alien innovations into the design, increase their efficiency by at least a factor of 10, a quite remarkable improvement. The aliens utilize organic compounds such as amino acids in their electronic components, which collectively appear to grant the circuit a limited degree of latent intelligence. This organic computing power continuously analyzes the power demand in the network and channels energy to where it is needed most, either storing or releasing charge from dozens of integrated capacitors when necessary. The end result is a biological smart grid that can reduce power consumption by almost 50%. The aliens do not just have access to vastly larger amounts of energy than us, they use it more efficiently too. Our crude reproductions of these organic circuits are nowhere near as efficient as the alien equivalents, but will still be very useful when building complex machines such as vehicles or aircraft. A helpful side effect of the intelligent power routing is increased survivability, as the power transmission systems will automatically bypass damaged components in a way that conventional systems cannot. Okay, so that unlocked for us new aircraft, the electroshock grenades, which we're going to want, and then a brand new tank. And I'm going to go ahead and say get us those electroshock grenades because we have run into quite a few of the android dudes now. A little bit more often than I did in a personal game. This time the game said, yeah, you're going to run into these a lot. Have fun. I do want to go ahead and Launch from Central America. Foxtrot 2 up to, what is that, Iceland? Just because we don't have radar coverage up here, and I have had the aliens set up bases up here before. I say before, it's actually pretty freaking common, all things considered. So I just sort of want to check out the area. Theoretically, radar coverage should be able to detect those. I believe is the way it works, so either we got unlucky and we didn't see them, or they're not there. Yeah, Indochina's almost done. Well, the Philippines base, rather, is almost done. Another medium UFO, this time over the Soviet Union. Too far away for us to actually intercept because it's also flying away from us. But there is one much closer that I can take care of at least. That is considered over Europe, but I don't know if... I don't actually know for certain exactly how the region relations system works completely. If shooting a UFO over their territory or in waters close to their territory affects things there. I'd assume it would, because we have shot down quite a bit of stuff over Central America, technically, because it ends up in this sort of northern part of South America. Wonderful, laser rifle is finished. Let's go ahead and get the last of those laser pistols out. And then we'll ship all of those things together to the B team. Make sure you guys are ready to go, right? Yes, okay. I know one of you were going to be out for like 3 days. It was something like that. Okay, this is a slightly better terrain, all things considered. I mean, it's still farmland, but it's not the damn French countryside. Because I absolutely hate fighting in that one. Feels like it's frickin' World War II, and you're trying to make your way through a whole bunch of French hedgerows. So there's a civilian that I can somehow see, but I can't see the rest of the line that I... Oh no, technically I am, because these two tiles are diagonal from one another. And he's dead, and we're fighting the androids. Okay, so we're fighting the androids. He walked into that building, so he will be coming over here-ish soon. Theoretically, at least. You know, depends a little on exactly what his pathing decides to have him do, but that's presumably what he will do. Always be crouching. We heard somebody go through a stone wall. Really? And just run away. There he is. Okay. You, Natalie, don't have the strength to actually make that run. And that was way off to the side. Lucia's gonna bleed out. No, okay, she didn't end up actually bleeding out. But she's effectively out of the fight. Because that's way too much damage for her to be able to continue fighting. And she's way too good of a soldier to lose right now, especially early on in the mission. So we're just gonna have to change of plans and have her fall back. She's gonna be leaving her team alone, so it's just gonna be Terry and Natalie. And Natalie's, again, not the greatest right now because she doesn't have all the experience. That really freaking hurt, and Natalie panicked. Or not Natalie, Lucia panicked. Okay, well, Lucia, you're going to be linking up with the Hunter because the Hunter's taking quite a bit of damage now. A little too much to keep fighting, in my opinion. Okay, so we're down one civilian. Which is not that big of a deal. Found the UFO. Or at least it's a safe bet that that's the UFO, because I don't see the reason for anything else to be on fire. I think that's going to be it for everybody who's outside, though, when it comes to the aliens, because that's 3. I think for corvettes, which is what this is, 3, sometimes 4 is generally the most that'll be hanging out outside. So, however many it is that's left will presumably be all inside. And that is in fact the UFO. Can't approach from here because it is all on fire right now, and eventually it should clear up, but that's waiting who the hell knows how long. Oh shit, sorry Lucy, I meant to tell you to keep falling back. I accidentally told you to push back up. That was my bad. I just saw somebody who was outside and said, hey, you need to go and push up with the rest of the group. But no, you're not actually supposed to be one of the ones pushing up right now. Okay, we got a civilian in here, which is slightly annoying because I think he is blocking me from getting the hunter all the way inside. It is technically slightly exposed on the side. Now there is presumably a dude on the door. There almost always is a dude on the door. And I don't exactly have anybody who's in a position to overwatch the door. At least, you know, right this second. Yep, there is in fact a dude overwatching the door. Or, excuse me, rather, there is a dude on the door. Now, we still don't have our fancy schmancy electroshock grenades. We're still in the process of researching those. 2 guys now on the door. Exactly what I want. Okay, 1 fell back. I am a little surprised that the dude who's opening the door isn't shooting at all. That is kind of weird. Okay, that's 1 dead. Great job, Irina. You shot Veronica. Don't know if you have a problem with Veronica, but you shot her. You didn't do damage, though. You did get shot back at, however. And there were only 2 surviving, or 2 civilians and 1 local force. I did not hear the local force die, but I did see one of the civilians die. And then the remaining civilian was the dude who managed to make it to our dropship. And this gives us alien assault plasma and alien heavy plasma to research. I'm not doing right this second. Oh shit, yeah, those things are grounded. Those things took a beating in that, against that escorted one for some reason. I'm not quite sure why, actually. Transfer, South America base. God damn it, how many rifles do you guys need? 2, 4... 6. Why the fuck do I have so many laser rifles? God damn, my math got really screwed up. Okay, so you guys to the Central America base. They need 6 rifles, 2 plasmas, and 2 carbines. I mean, obviously that's not realistically how I would like to have them set up, but that is the way they are going to be set up for right this second. Ship that. That'll take them about a day to arrive. Well, I say about a day. It is a day. Soviet Union is upset that I did not get that 1 UFO that was attacking them. And let's go ahead and set you guys up with your new fancy schmancy weapons. So, you all enjoy these. You don't get to use them very often, because you guys aren't exactly good. Obviously, you don't get any better by me not sending you out, but that's besides the point. Okay. So that is a fully kitted out B team. This is as good as they're going to get. So, Andron class analysis. Commander, exactly what did you expect when you asked engineering for details on Androns? Their rambling, jargon-filled essay wallowing in the trivia of internal components is hardly the kind of briefing the men need or can understand. Look, the first thing you... excuse me. Look, the first thing you need to know is there are no non-combat types among Androns. These walking death machines are capable of fine manipulation of their adaptive logic, and their adaptive logic enables them to operate equipment without special assistance. Androns are as capable in combat as they are piloting a UFO. Secondly, we have gathered data on two broad classes of Androns seen in the field. Guards are their last line of defense. We have dubbed their camo green Andron Guard class due to their fairly predictable behavior patterns and their protective attitude towards other aliens. It is the most commonly reported model on the field, generally equipped with a plasma rifle but also seen with heavier weapons. This class of Andron is a terror to common soldiers and should be approached with care by any trooper only armed with a rifle. Soldiers, however, are larger, more imposing, and better armored than the Guard class. The Navy Blue Soldier class Andron exclusively carries heavy weapons, especially their heavy plasma gun. The shorter range of the heavy plasma gun means it must get closer to be in optimal range, but that suits the Andron's style of attack. So, multi-band optics, IR/UV multifunctional sensors with adjustable zoom, far superior to any known analogs. Excellent night vision, camouflage useless. Thick armor, high-grade armor with a reinforced structure, use heavy weaponry if possible, otherwise aim at the joints or at the abdomen. Powerful actuators, hydraulics combined with small-scale servo motors, offer high power and precision of movement at the same time. There we go. Those are the only two Andron classes that exist. I believe you can capture Androns alive, but you have to use the electroshock grenades, I believe. I don't think... Well, I know the stun grenades definitely aren't going to work, but we've got some other stuff. No, theoretically, you might be able to if you use flashbangs. I'm not 100% certain on that. Also, yes. Lucia's out of action, so Billy Bob, you're going to get to join on the next time these guys go out, whenever that ends up being. And also, Irene is going to go ahead and take a break. And we'll bring Now in. I see where I screwed up. I accidentally screwed up the order and put the carbine up front on one side and then the rifle on the up front on the other side. I don't know how I managed to screw that up, but I did apparently. Xenonaut base assault mission. I've squeezed out intel out of an old friend in the armed forces about a ground assault on a deep nuclear launch facility. A covert group of ETs were able to access the base despite most of it being half a mile underground and beat the hell out of base security. It was only by deliberately collapsing the residential wing that the base commander saved anything. But that worries me. If the ETs are doing it to the sponsors, sooner or later they'll do it to us. The consequence of... Sorry about that. The consequence of ETs successfully attacking one of our bases is the loss of all operational assets in the base and the and the particular area covered by the base will be undefended until we construct a new one. Even if we dry them off, ETs can cause lasting damage by wrecking hangars, destroying labs, and demolishing workshops. Don't sit about and wait for the ETs, Commander. Go and meet them in force. Without a way of intercepting and decoding alien communications, it'll be harder to tell if a UFO is going to mount an attack on our base, or if they're intending to attack a city. Look for escorted medium-class signals and above. They aren't going to make it obvious that they're going for us, but sooner or later, they will have to head directly to our base. The bases most likely to be attacked will be the ones that they have the most operational data on, i.e. the oldest. It would probably be a good idea to station a garrison or erect defenses at the bases most at risk. And we are going to do that now. So, laser battery. Plop 1, plop 2, plop 3. You might be wondering why I don't plop 4. I think I've noted this in the past. There is a building that we get that allows us to be able to get information on the base or on the mission and whatnot of alien UFOs. OGXCOM had a similar building. Unlike OGXCOM, however, this building does not actually give you universal coverage of the globe. Rather, it just gives you extra information if a UFO is within the coverage range of a base that has it. So you need to build this at all of your bases. In OGXCOM, once you got this building, you could plop it down at one base, and every other base could get rid of its satellite coverage, or its radar arrays. But that is not the case here with Xenonauts, so I need to always leave one space open at our bases. Obviously, this means our Cuba base and our soon-to-be-finished Philippines base could theoretically have a lot more defensive capabilities because they don't need the laboratories and workshops that the main base has. And obviously, theoretically, if I built a base somewhere and just had it dedicated to laboratory and workshop space, which theoretically I could do, I wouldn't, but theoretically I could do it. I could then use that to go ahead and give the main base more defensive capabilities. I don't think it's strictly necessary to do that, however. Laser batteries aren't the best. You get a new defensive building or upgrade with each and every single new weapon type you unlock. So that would basically mean there are 5, I believe. Because it's ballistic, laser... Well, no, it would be 4, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think it'd be 4, actually, excuse me. Ballistic, laser, then I think it's... Yeah, I think it is plasma. And then it is... Gauss, I think it's called. I think is what they call it. Defenses. And obviously, they're each progressively better than the last. If we pull this up... I'm pretty sure somewhere in here there is a thing that tells us... about our buildings, I thought. Looks like I'm wrong about that. I could have sworn there was, but apparently there isn't. Okay then, sure game. Whatever you say. Like I said, I could have sworn there was something in here that would tell us how good they are, but either way, each tier is progressively better than the last, so at some point, you don't need more defensive capabilities. I don't know how many laser batteries you technically need to properly defend a base, but 3 should be good enough to at least damage them, so we don't have to deal with as many aliens. So we're going to go ahead and build up a couple of these at all our bases. Obviously, it's most important that we get them here at the Egypt base, since that's the one that's going to get attacked, since, as they noted, the more operational data the aliens have on a base, the more likely they are to attack that base, i.e. they will attack your oldest bases first, which, obviously in this case, means they're likely to attack our Egypt base first, because that is the oldest one, because it was our starting base. But we'll get our defensive strength up in 10 days. Hopefully we don't get attacked in those 10 days. I don't think it's likely, especially because, you know, it did say, if you want to, basically it said, if you want to shoot down these things before they get to you, go for the guys that have, excuse me, go for the escorted aircraft, or UFOs, so, yeah. Yeah. Look for escorted medium-class signals and above, so anything that has an escort, we're going to prioritize those, especially if they're close to our Egypt base. Escorted things away from our Egypt base, not as big of a deal. But that'll be it for this video. I'll see you all next time. Quick reminder, if you do enjoy this series, there are 2 main ways to support the channel. Those are to either become a patron via my Patreon, in which case you get early access to videos as a sort of reward for supporting the channel that way. The other option, if you don't care about getting those goodies, is to support the channel via my Streamlabs, which there is a link down in the description to that. You can do that either on a one-time basis or on a monthly basis. It's up to you. But you don't get any goodies if you go the monthly route, because there's just no good way for me to, actually send you the access. So yeah, like I said, if you go that route, you don't get any goodies. You just sort of get the good feeling that more of your money that you give to the channel actually reaches the channel, because Patreon takes a 5% cut, if I recall correctly. And so yeah. But that'll be it for this video. Like I said, oh, and of course I have a Discord. If you want to make sure you're up to date on what's going on with the channel, any potential changes, I would highly recommend that you join that. But other than that, I'll see you all next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.